What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another drawing tutorial. So today we have an animal, well, a reptile, a snake, a rattlesnake, right? So I'm not good at drawing snakes, gotta be honest. I tried drawing a rattlesnake before and it came out terrible. So I don't know what it is. You don't care about that. Let's draw. Landscape paper, pencil, eraser. Hit pause if I go too fast when I move my hand and all that kind of stuff, right? So he's kind of all coiled up, right? But we'll start with his head, kind of here in the middle, right? A little bit above halfway horizontal on my page, just here, right? And his eye is just a circle, right? So we'll go just around, circular as we can anyway. Right, like so. And then he's got a snake-like eye. So I've seen pictures of snakes that like have circular eyes. You know, like they don't have this sort of black slit of an eye here. And like there is some like lines on the inside and dots and things just inside here. Right? So then, so we'll give him sort of the top of his head. So kind of like this frowning kind of top to his head here. And something coming down, just to make it look like he's kind of frowning a little bit, and back here as well. Right, so then the front of this comes towards his nose, like that. Kind of down the middle, and then bumps out around here. So the front of his snout comes around like so, right? Like that. Back of his head will go back this way. Right, so there's a bit of a gap, and then like his jaw is sort of here. Like so, right? So what we will do, we'll try and get the main shape for his head first. So they're tricky creatures to draw now because they're kind of subtle, you know. There's not a lot of strong shapes. It's all curvy and kind of slithery and like this, right? And this comes up for his chin just there, and his tongue comes out here, right? So he has this like hole in his mouth for where his tongue comes out first, like that, and then the tongue kind of comes out here, right? And like snakes out. And there's like a little bit of a shadow inside here, and some texture just on the tongue. You can see a little bit of his mouth on the other side as well. Then line for his mouth coming down this way. Smiling sort of mouth. Around for his jaw. Up here. Goes across. Right, like that. Then like maybe another line just here. Like so. Right, so then his nostril, just up here, just in there somewhere, and you can have some lines around like that. Could have some lines underneath his eye, just going back that way, like so. So then the other side of his head, right? So we got like, say like that's his jaw, and then his head comes around here, joins his body, but it goes across this way, like so. And then we can just see this comes across the top of his head, and then the other side of his eyebrow, sort of here, comes around like so. Right, so what you can do then is like break up his face into like these sorts of scaly sort of lines, right? But you don't have to do all of them. You can do as much as you want. And this is what kind of really makes it look sort of like a snake. Right, and this one will go around his mouth here. And something coming around here. You can break it up as much as you want. Just add a couple of layers of these. You don't have to do too much. Eventually they kind of disappear. Some maybe on his chin down here. You just keep going as much as you sort of want, right? And you only really need to do these on his head. Like he has them all over his body as well, but you could do that just with like some texture and stuff. And you kind of have to do this, I guess, on his head because it just makes him look more snake-like. I might color this black actually, just to make the eye stand out. Yeah, this is better. So that's kind of an artistic choice. Now that is the black eye. Okay, but it does look good. So, and then, so I'll just darken up his lip just to put a shadow underneath it. Yeah, just to make it stand out a little bit more. Okay, right. So that's not bad for a head. A bit tricky. I don't know what it is about snakes. Okay, so we're going to attempt to do a body, right? So it's a coiling sort of thing, right? So he's all wrapped around himself, goes down, around, back this way. So in the front, so this is his neck going back here. Right, so it's coming this way now. And it coils around itself. Goes up that way. Around there. Okay. So we bring it down. Around this way. Neck, yeah, and then this goes around here. You'd think snakes are like easy to draw, but right, like that. So then this comes down from behind his head, just here. wraps around this way, down, like that. And this hits the ground here, so it like comes across real sort of flat. Up to here, right? And then we meet. So this comes around, this side wraps around then the other side. And it meets another piece of tail here, so it comes, so let's just say we meet another piece of his tail here. Wraps around, and then this goes up underneath his body again. Just there, real big, right? And then we see his rattle section coming up, starting to come up here, right? So this is like a bumpy kind of thing. So it goes around first, and then we bring it down this way. To the top of it is like that, right? So then this kind of bumps around here. Goes right up a few times. And then it has like a little tip on top. This is the bit of the rattlesnake that does the rattle, you know? So, and then this kind of comes across here. Like that. Okay. So, right, rest of this. To there. And then this goes underneath his body here. And then we have the outside edge here, and it hits the ground and then goes back in underneath here. So that is the main shapes of his coiling body, and if you want you can add like dirt and lines and stuff for rocks and things here if you want. Might be another body line here. Yeah, we'll just make it look like ground or something here. Right, just adding sort of texture and bumps and dots and maybe some rocks and things. Right, that's optional of course. So what we can see then on his body, so he's got like a scaly part on his belly, right, the belly of the snake here. And this is like everywhere on him. Starts pretty close to his neck, so we'll put it like, started there, and it comes down around here. Like there, maybe like a little bit, not much, can you see there? And then some coming down his tail. There, definitely some here. Right, and then this belly has lots of sort of like lines, horizontal sort of lines like this. Like that, and like some here as well. Okay. Then, so what we can make of like texture, so you don't have to add like loads of texture lines, you can just add like some scales, you know, like breaking up the space like this, right? So it's not like essential that you add loads of this. You know, you just add as much as you want, really, wherever you can. You know, this kind of stuff. You know, things like this. Going back along the body. And this just gives like a feel for the texture, that's all. So you know. You can do this as much as you want. I'll just you could do it all over the body if you wanted. Of course, that would take a long time. Up here just to show that the neck kind of can gradually fade. All right, but I think I'll leave it there. I might thicken up just this shadow under his body just here. All right, but that's pretty much it. That is how to draw a rattlesnake. I'll just thicken up some of the edge lines just to darken it up. Oh, and I forgot some more belly lines just here. All right, not bad. It's better than the last one I did anyway. All right, thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.